Instory. Instory is your virtual classroom. I am Shirley Woodburn and our subject is language arts. The topic for today's lesson is present tense, forms of be verbs. In our last lesson, we looked at classifying verbs. We looked at verbs which are action, verbs which are be, meaning state of being, and those that speak about occurrences or conditions. Let us get the terms correct. Present means now. Tense means time. So when we refer to present tense, we are speaking about now in time. Our objectives for this lesson: to name the present tense forms of the verb be, to express ideas about self and others with forms of present tense be using JC, which is our common language, and SJE. Why are we doing that? Because the focus question of the unit says, how do you know me? To draw a verb tree to illustrate root and present tense forms of the verb be. To use present tense forms of be, am, are, and is in writing at least 3 simple sentences about self and others in SJE with appropriate capitalization and end marks. And finally, to share ideas about self and others willingly and confidently in Jamaican language and SJE, which is our standard target language, and to listen respectfully to the views of others. Why do we use be verbs? We use forms of be to show that someone or something is in the environment or that they exist. For example, in a classroom, there are books in the classroom. The books are doing nothing. They have no life in them, but they are a part of the environment. Therefore, we use are to speak about them, no action involved. And then we could think about the classroom situation. So you can say, I am at my desk, am, which is a present tense form of be to speak about yourself, who is I. So then, up here we have a figure of a boy. The focus question says, how do you know me? Therefore, a student in a class can say, I am a boy, or I am a girl. What is the concept of be and its root? Singular, present, am, are, is. Be verbs are used to express existence. Remember that. Now, where does this verb come from? When we look in our Oxford dictionary, we will see the origin of be beyond. It comes from an irregular verb formed from several other languages. So over time, in the past, different languages like German and English merged together to form this verb to express a situation in which there is no action. So I am going to show you the origin of this verb how it applies. For example, I works with you works with are, he, she, or it works with is. Now I'm going to go over to the whiteboard and show you the root. Over here, we have what I call our verb tree. Why do I use a tree? I use the tree to show you that the root form of the verb be, and out of it comes several verbs. For example, be is present tense and it shows to exist. But if we say to be, we are looking at the infinitive form of the verb. A verb which begins with to has no end. So then we say to be, I am going to be a teacher. As long as I say I am going to be a teacher, it is future. There is no end. But when we say be, we are saying I exist now. Therefore, we are am. Am works with I. So I will say I am. So I will use another color to say I. I am a girl. And then I have is. We say he is, or she is, or it is. And then the other one that grows out of the tree is are. Are is more than one or plural. So I will say they. They are, or we are. All these three verbs that grow out of the root verb are present tense. These are the three present tense verb words that come from be, and they have no action, but they account for existence in the environment. Understood? So we will now go back to the presentation on the screen. So then we are back, and we said that these are personal pronouns that work with the present tense forms of the be verbs. We say I am, you are, and he, she, or it is. This is the root. Here we have a tree showing the root, and we have he, she, or it is, they are or we are, and I am. That is exactly how they are to be written when you write your sentences. So let us do a little bit of writing now. So the focus question says, how do you know me? And because we are in the curriculum, we are required to write according to the curriculum. So then, children should write about these verbs. I am a boy. That's how you know me. Or I am a girl. You say you are a boy, or you are a girl. That's one. You is very very special in English grammar, because whether it is one person meaning you or several meaning you, it always uses the plural form of the verb. So you are a boy, one boy. But you are boys. Same verb. You is a very special. And then we have he, she, or it is. These are present tense forms of be. That is all for this lesson. Join me in the next lesson for past tense be verbs. Remember that the lesson plan is available to you, and it's a full 1 hour lesson. You may ask me for the lesson plan to help you in your teaching. Bye.